In this video, we're going to do a quick overview of a FANUC Teach Pendant. A Teach Pendant is an operator interface device. Basically, it gives motion control solely to the operator that has it. They have the ability to move the robot, create and edit programs, test programs, set up production runs, perform manual functions, and check the status of the robot. On the front of the Teach Pendant, there are two major buttons. One is the red emergency stop button. This gives the operator the ability to disable the robot in the event of an emergency. There's also an on and off switch. This disables certain features or functions of the Teach Pendant. First, let's take a look at an older R30IA eye pendant. The R30IA has blue jog keys on the right-hand side of the controller. These jog keys are able to control up to a 6-axis robot, joints 1 through 6, but are only effective while depressing the shift key. You can use either shift key at the top. There's also F1 through F5 function keys that are used to make choices based on the Teach Pendant's display. These are hard keys and stay labeled with F1 through F5, even though the menu choices on the screen can change. Now let's take a look at a newer R30IB eye pendant. This controller has 4 additional jog keys which allow it to control a 7th and 8th axis. This updated eye pendant also features a new eye button that's like a built-in help tool. When you press it by itself or with other buttons, it opens a help screen that explains what's happening on the screen you're currently using. It gives you quick information about what a button or a screen does, how to fix an alarm or a fault, or it can give you tips about programming or troubleshooting. This information changes based on what you're doing, so it's context sensitive and always relevant. In simple terms, it's like having a guide inside the robot that helps you right away, so you don't always need to look inside of a manual or ask for help. Now let's take a look at some of the additional features of a Teach Pendant on the rear or side of the device. On the right side of the Teach Pendant, there's a USB port that can be used for storage or safety. You can transfer new programs from a USB to the robot, or you can create an image or backup of settings onto the USB port. You can also reload all of these files from the USB port on the Teach Pendant to the controller. The last components that we're going to cover are the dead man switches on the back of the Teach Pendant. If the Teach Pendant is in the on position, you cannot jog the robot unless you are correctly depressing at least one of the dead man switches. Too much pressure or none at all will cause the robot's brakes to be applied to immediately stop the robot. This action will cause a fault, which must be cleared before you can begin to jog the robot again. This concludes our introduction to the Teach Pendant. While we didn't detail all of the buttons or features, you should have a good understanding of what the Teach Pendant is and what it's used for.